Yeah, old Mucker, how you doing, man? Want some popcorn? Kid Perfect, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Snack Chat Sunday. Grab a snack, sit down, and we'll talk, have fun, show everybody some channel love.
I can't, yeah.
Why don't you use the beaters? I watched
I'm
them.
already done.
Okay.
Don't try to tell me how to do it.
Farm Boy 45, how are you doing tonight? Good to see you here. Marie? Oh, no. Rune Dog from Montana. Well, Rune Dog, I'm Iron Dog. Let me check your channel out. Montana. Always been a big fan of Montana. All right, I am a channel follower. Got 214 channel followers. You guys check out Rune Dog. If you're interested, give him some channel love, and I'm sure he'll show you some channel love back. That's right. Hot dogs, gotta love them. That's right there, Brian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. My world in OKC. Happy Sunday. Why? Happy Sunday to you. Ranch Jams, how are you doing? Good to see you here. You made a new video, Riley? Well, I have to check that out. You don't have no video. Who don't have no video? Allie, how are you doing? Good to see you here. That's a snack right there. Prime rib, fresh salad, garden from the garden, and drinking a beer. Now that is a snack. How you doing, True Patriot? Nice to see you here. Charles, how you doing? Boy 81. Made a stream called Sexy Sunday Talk Show. Well, that's pretty neat. It does sound good, doesn't it, Brian? I'm eating the wrong kind of snack, so. Hey, it's Dig Bick. How you doing, Dig Bick? You guys, where is Hazy Days? You guys are talking about him. I don't see him on my live stream yet. I'm trying to do good, man. Doing as best as I can. Okay, we'll check out your video on your cancer. Well, that's good, Riley. Hopefully, you guys have a good time. Take a video of it so we'll all see. Yeah, I know. There he is. They're all saying, hey, Hazy Days. Hi, Hazy Days. But you hadn't showed up in the chat room yet. So I don't know where you at. But the first thing I seen right there is where he says, I'm here, Iron Dog. Okay, now I see up here where you said, hi, Tim. But I was still asking before that. So I didn't. There you go. Hi, Iron Dog. Okay. I'm sorry. I just missed it. So if you guys aren't affiliated with any of these channels up here, go through and oh God. Go through the chat list and Show the people some channel love. Oh my God, we got us a celebrity in here. Phil McCracken. How you doing, Phil McCracken? New here, came over from Green Bay. Well, that's nice of you to be here, Phil. Let me see. I'll go to your channel. Let's see. Well, you say you got one subscriber, or one channel follower. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to be number 2 because I love the name. You ain't got no video content, but you guys check out Phil McCracken. Show him some channel love. You won't be sorry. All right there, Charles. Did you have a good birthday party at your grandma's? I hope it was good. JD, how are you doing? You don't want any love? Okay. I guess don't give Phil McCracken any love. He doesn't want any. I know it's a good name, Jamin. I know it's a good name. Alex Fisher, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Good to see everybody here. 19 people, 8:07 in the evening. Some people it's late. I understand that. It's 5 hours later, so it is like 1:07 in the morning across the pond. I don't blame you if you don't stay long. I don't blame you if you didn't even show up. 1:07 in the morning is pretty late. Okay. Yeah, it's a good name. My mom and dad give it to me. Yeah. I'm glad you're doing good. You guys all got your snacks? I got popcorn tonight. Orville Redenbacher. Think I should have read it because I didn't know this was a sweet kind. And I put salt on it after I made it. So I guess, I'm going to have to live with it. $8:07 here. It's 1:07 at where Hazy Days lives. JD, did Allie show you the pink sock she bought you? That was I love kettle corn too. That was supposed to be a surprise to him. He wasn't supposed to know that. That was her first birthday. Phil's hilarious. Yes, he is. You're eating strawberry candy. Well, that's good. What are we having, Brian? As soon as you're done eating, you'll show everybody some chat. It's some love. That's good. That's fine. Brian, what are we having for dinner? They might just have you set me a plate. 6:10 here, and it's 65 degrees. Well, it's 8:10 here, and it's 32 degrees. So, and you're in Montana, and I'm in Michigan. Pork chops, fried taters, and salad. That's good, man. I was going to have pork chops. I was going to make pork chops tonight, and then I was going to take potatoes, cube them up, and I was going to marinate them in olive oil, garlic, salt and pepper, and what else? Onion powder. But I didn't do that. I just had Nathan's steak sandwich and Nathan's fries. I know. Every time you come here, I make you hungry. Yeah, have some bull nuts for your snack. Well, that's to each his own there, Bill McCracken. I bet it was. Did you save me a bowl?
Yeah.
Well, then, what was it?
I had cod and French fries Friday or Thursday. I had Thursday and had it Friday morning. I had yesterday, had it some today. You know, till I got it all out of the refrigerator. Oh man, I'm hungry. Uh-huh. Cod is great, man. Especially if you get the wild caught cod. Don't get the farm raised cod. J. Kurt Vivo, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Matt Stiles, nice to see you here. What's cod? You know what cod is. Throwing some mushy peas and I'm there, huh? Yeah, that's it. Call of Duty. You're right. Actually, cod is about a fish about this long, just a little bit bigger than a goldfish. Takes 200 of them to make a meal, but they are delicious. It's only about this big. I know that gameplay all the time. Anybody want some popcorn? Yeah, like live dog food. That's about what it is. Good, Jay Nelson. Good. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. No, hazy days. Cod's only about this long. I know how big cod is. Cod is a white fish, Brian. They can get anywhere between, they can get up to 150 pounds. If you watch The Last Frontier, you'll see her go out cod fishing. They can get big. And usually you have to, the bigger ones like that, when you start to bring them in on a rod and reel, you have to shoot them in order to get them in. Because once they come up to the surface, they really start to fight. All right, Jay Nelson, I'm happy you're here. If you can't stay, you can't stay. I appreciate you just stopping in and giving us a thumbs up and telling me howdy. So. Okay, Bob, that's nice. You have to be to work at 4 o'clock. I understand that. I believe so. It's a white fish. It tastes really good. Brian, if you go Bon John Silver's or anything like that, that's all they serve is cod. So. See you guys later. Magic Melody, how are you doing? Nice to see you here. Cod is actually an ugly looking fish. It's flat, but it grows really big. Hey, bluegill, the bass is great, man. We have bluegill and bass up here. I love bluegill and bass. So, Yeah, next time you're at Long John Silver's, that's the fish they serve is cod. Yeah. 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 Go to lunch with me, Brian, at McDonald's, and I'll give you some cod. Yeah, the McDonald's fillet of fish is cod too. It's white meat, and I'm pretty sure it's cod. You're right. On a fillet of fish sandwich. Phil McCracken. My teacher is ugly. What's your teacher's name, Phil? Right. Lucy? I figured it'd be a Martha, but that's okay. What do you got for a snack today, Phil McCracken? Lucy, I'm home. Yep. I love fishing. I just don't get a chance to do it. It was too hard for me to get to and from the, uh, out of the car and up to the lake. They don't make it. They don't make it a handicap friendly. Really? Hey, Keith, the old man's here. Hey, Bill 56 HTT or HT2 DR. That is Bill 56 hardtop two door. Y'all show Bill some channel love. Nice old man. He's old enough to be my dad. He's 73 years old. Show him some channel love. He's got some content. He's trying to make live streams. The guy's doing really good. Like I said, show him some channel love. And I'm sure he'll appreciate it. And he'll show it back to you as soon as he can get to it. From Buckeye Lake, Ohio. Well, I live 45 miles from Lake Erie and about 135 miles from, I believe, from Lake Michigan. Pickle Weasel. Now that's a funny word. Yeah, that is a funny word. Oh. Phil, how old are you? Oh, God. I know who Phil is, you guys. He's just playing with you. So, but Phil's a nice guy. Don't take anything he says serious. He's just having fun. Barrow boy, how you doing? Good to see you here. Yes, you got my name right. Yes, you did. Pickle Weasel? I don't think it's really a word, but we can all say it from now on. 12. Yeah. All right, man. Easy days. It was a pleasure having you here. I enjoyed your live stream this afternoon. I thought it was pretty cool. But then again, it's not that late for you because you're in the States right now, right? How the latest it can be is 8:20 or 5:20. Not too bad, Barrow. Not too bad. Nah, we're not. They all know what's going on. Um, like I put it yesterday and the day before, you can't you can't let somebody like that go through and do this to what he was doing to his people because it's no different than what the guy was doing to the Jews before World War II or during World War II. And that guy was Hitler. And if Assad gets any of his chance, he would like to be like Hitler or Hitler's right hand man, which would be Putin. So they all realize, if they think the world's going to let them do it, the world's not going to let them get away with it. If it wasn't us, somebody else would have stepped up. But a lot of people look towards the United States, then the UK and France to do all their work for them. But if we'd have just sat back in the corner or whatever, there would have been somebody else would have stepped up and said, "Hey, we can't take this either," and they'd have come in. Tomorrow is the Boston Marathon. Well, I have some mixed emotions about that because what happened a few years ago. It's so easy to do something with a whole bunch of people there, and they can't watch everybody. Russia did not like it, and Russia said they were going to retaliate, Brian, but I don't think they're going to retaliate with force. Somebody said maybe they'll try a cyber war or something like that. Hacking some computers or poisoning another spy or something like that. uh, I know. I didn't get to stay that long. I knew it once I seen you going like this, Hazy, and nothing, and the cushions and stuff weren't moving behind you. So now wait a minute. Why is he moving and nothing else is moving? The cushions ain't moving or nothing like that. So I figured that out right then and there. Well, Bill, at your age, you shouldn't be pulling an all-nighter anyways. Do it for a couple of hours. Oh, Phil, my man, I've missed you so much, babe. Red Raider 1, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Nice to have you here. Yeah, I know, it was a bit of fun. I thought it was funny too. Oh no, my chick is here. I'm not doing too bad. I gotta go. I don't know. I gotta go for surgery May 7th on a total hip replacement, but other than that, I'm doing okay. Last night it fell out a couple of times while I was sitting in the chair in the bedroom watching TV, and first time wasn't so bad. The second time it was horrendous. Immediately, tears started flowing. I was screaming because it hurt so bad that I couldn't take it. So took about 5 minutes before I could actually, sit back up straight. I'm afraid of there's a big crowd stuff. Yeah, I know your brain don't know it's 73, but your body does. So the crowd stuff, the way things go now, and the way people hate America because they want to be like us, but they don't want to be like us. They want to have everything we have, but they don't want to have everything we have. and they want to come here and live here, but they want to bring their shithole, excuse my language, their shithole with them. I don't trust going to big places where a lot of people are, because you never can tell. That could be a target. Yeah, me too there, Red Raider. Yeah, I know. I seen that. Diana Johnson, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Nice to be back. You're right. Okay, I'm sorry. I watch my language. Yeah, stay in the country. It's a lot safer. Yeah. You know, they had two kids come in with pressure cookers or canners or whatever you want to call them, and look what they did. Okay. I just think if somebody really wanted to, how much damage they could inflict, and they wouldn't even have to. They could have set in motion weeks ago to do the damage. You know, and that's all it would be. I know we have to. I'm sorry. Yep, we all got to watch our language. So yeah, your ears will fall off. You keep picking your nose there. Oh my cracking. So your language is fine. You used to work in lumberyard. Well, I was a garbage man and a truck driver, so I know all about language. So. Orville Redenbacher. I thought it was just regular buttered popcorn, but it's the sweetened kind or whatever. Right. Well, Tim, I don't think they care about you owning pressure canners and you're using them the way you should be. They don't care about that. What they care about is using pressure canners as as an explosive device. And you're right, people are trying to get out of California as fast as they can. Okay, Phil McCracken. Uh, Country's no safer. I seen a squirrel with 3 nuts once. I'm eating with Brian. There you go. Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Junkyard. He's had them pork chops, taters, and a salad. You're watching Ghost Adventure and you don't have. I'm sorry, man. Me too. I'd love to get out of California myself. I think if Trump was smart, he put up a wall on the eastern side of California, all the way up to the top of California, and then all the way across the top side of it. Wall it right off. So, that'll keep all the rest of the illegal aliens from coming in the United States. You know which ones I'm talking about. All the ones that come up through Mexico and stayed in California that they're hiding. Banana bread. That sounds good. Alvin Logan, how you doing? Good to see you here. You never heard of banana bread? Man, you live a sheltered life there, Brian. For garbage, man, I thought you would have known a bunch of this stuff. You live a sheltered life. Banana bread is, oh, man, it's excellent. I have to shake the trees to see if any nuts fall out. Well, you know what they'll do is they'll offer, hey, y'all have 2 weeks to leave the country or California, and they'll pay for your way out, but you got to be a legal citizen. They'll check your credentials on the door, and then put up the wall. I love banana bread too. I make it every once in a while. Lucky you spelled banana. I'm doing okay, Alvin. Tonight's Sunday night snack shack, so grab a snack, sit down. We'll all sit there and have a little talk, chat, have some fun, make everybody laugh. I love pumpkin bread too, man. No, junkyard. I'm just saying, if you were a nice guy, you would wrap that one of them loaves up with some saran wrap, and then wrap it again, then wrap it in foil, and then wrap it again in saran wrap, then put it in a nice Ziploc bag, make sure all the air is out of it, then put it in a box, and then write my address on the top of that box and send it to me. That's if you were a nice guy. Because you got 2 loaves. You don't need 2 loaves of banana bread. It's not good for you. I'd be willing to take one off your hands and take one for the team. Your mom likes drinking wine, Phil McCracken? If you don't stream, I see if Iron Dog is. Yeah, hey, I don't stop streaming on my account. Somebody said that the other day. Well, I don't want to, throw up a live stream while you're running. Don't do it because of my account. There's only so many hours in the day, and I made arrangements when I do my morning one that I decided I'd start my morning ones at 5:30, so I was not stepping on too many toes. But if somebody comes in and starts one during mine, that's no problem. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with and if somebody started one before me, I have no problem with starting one. There's only so many hours in the day, and you have to get it in when you can. Yes, it would be good for your health there, Junkyard, to give me the other one. I'm just looking out for you, buddy. We've been friends for a long time. I'm just looking out for your health. Last time he was nice, he got married. Yeah. It's my first. Queen Bee, let me check your channel out. Queen Bee, how are you doing? Nice to see you here. It's a new name on me. I think, let's see. No, I've got you subscribed. I just don't remember. So you guys check out Queen Bee. She does have content, gamer, and she does have some other videos up there. So check her out. Show her some channel love. And I'm sure she'll show it back to you. You're eating smart food, white cheddar popcorn? Well, that's good. Bill McCracken, go to bed. I'm going to put my foot up your. You tell him there, old mucker. You tell him. He's messing around with your girlfriend there, old mucker. Uh-oh. Look at the online romance. I need to go get my CCW. I wanted to do it before, but with all the health issues and stuff and the arthritis and everything else like that, I probably isn't a smart thing to go and do it right yet until I get a little bit healthier. Brandon Gray, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Alvin Logan sent you here. Well, all right, that's nice. Nice of Alvin. You guys check out Brandon Gray. He has 16 channel followers. Got a bunch of videos. He does look like a young kid, so make sure you keep that in mind. I don't know how old he is, but keep that in mind. I'll show you some channel love. But it only costs $500 for 2 years. That's kind of expensive for $500 for 2 years. Who's making money then? They don't want guns in California at $500 for 2 years. You figure they'd let everybody get it. Being the state's bankrupt and stuff, you figure $500 every couple of years, they got about 1/10 of the population of the United States in that one state. If they had they got 30 million people live in California. If 10% did it, that's 3 million. At 500 every 2 years, that's $150 million in revenue. Yeah. So I don't see why California wouldn't let everybody do it for $500 every 2 years. Look at all the money they make. They let you carry at work, Brian? Do you get to carry at work, Brian? Some companies let them, some companies don't. I work for the trucking company, the dispatcher, and a couple other people had permits, and they carried. I watched the truck channel live today go through Minneapolis over to Wisconsin Rapids. Huh. You can't carry at work? Well, when I was younger, my older brother had a 10 gauge Peacock gun, which is a sawed off shotgun with pistol grip. And it was probably maybe 14 or 16 inches long. And we were talking about that when I was at the trucking company. These guys are telling me about their guns, their pistols they had, and their CCWs and stuff, and what they could do with them. And I said, with the Peacock gun my brother had with the 10 gauge, buckshot. I could clean the whole room out with just one shot. You didn't need 15 rounds. You could do it all with one shot. And they didn't believe me. I said, yeah, because, when it blows out, it, shoots a pattern, 12 feet wide, 12, 15 feet wide. And it's only going to, only goes for, if the room's only 20 feet, you're going to cover everything except for what's right, right beside you. So that's the thing to have is a sawed-off shotgun if you're going to, carry. So. Sorry to hear that, Carolyn. How a tornado picked up a house and set it down on top of a car across the street. Sorry to hear that. Oh, I know. Well, to be legal, it has to be 18 inches. To be legal. There's a lot of things that aren't legal, Bill. This thing wasn't legal by any sense of the word. And my brother used to carry it underneath his seat just for some protection. But John is in the house. Good to see you here. It's Sunday night snack chat there, John. Pull up a chair, grab some chips, some popcorn, whatever, soda pop. Oh, no, now you're legal to drink, so you can have a beer. Yeah. So. I think it's 18 inches. Please keep your prayers on. Okay, see you later, Moondog. Have a good one, man. But I do believe it's 18 inches that it has to be, but And you better make it just a little bit over 18 inches. Their tape measure could be different than yours. You know what I mean, Vern? Well, go renew your license, Tim. That's why they got who's Randy Weaver? Okay, John. Yeah, I can go in Michigan. I can open carry. Here in Michigan, they can't say anything to me. But do you really want to let somebody know you got a gun? Not so much. Because you never know what people are doing, for one thing. And if they see that you got a gun, You're going to be the first thing that gets targeted before anything else gets targeted. Oh, a guy up in Idaho a few years ago? Okay. Ruby Ridge. Yeah, that was something. That was a flat out ambush. That's what that was. Yeah. Hey, Sandy K, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Snack night, Sunday snack chat. So I got some burnt microwave popcorn. It's all good. Yep, that blunder did cost several lives there, Tim. Brian. As far as I'm concerned, the state of California, they deserve whatever they get. And it's not the people, but it's the people's fault for electing the people that are in there. You know, and it's not your fault. So, but I'm talking about the people that elected the idiots that are in there. You know, they get what they want or they deserve. Like everybody complains about Trump. Oh, and the people that voted for Trump. Well, you know what? I voted for Trump. And the reason why I voted for Trump is because I'm a free thinker, for one thing. And another thing is, he was the only politician that wasn't a career corrupt politician to begin with. Everyone that was in the Republican race or in the Democratic race, each and every one of them is a career corrupt politician. So that's why I voted for Donald Trump. He wasn't a career corrupt politician, for one thing. And for another thing, I voted Democrat ever since I was 18 years old, except for one time when I voted for, what was his name? What's his name? The old guy, the billionaire. Can't think of his name now. But he ran as a liberal, or not a liberal, independent. He ran as an independent, and I voted for him. So that's the only time I never voted Democrat. I voted for Barack Obama twice. And after the second term, in the second year of the second term, I started to realize that he didn't give two rats' asses about the American people. The only thing he cared about was making sure his party was alive and making sure he could get all the money he could get out of it. I didn't agree with the nuclear deal. I didn't agree with the $400 billion sent to him, or $1 million, or whatever the hell that was. You know, I didn't agree with all that stuff. But, you know, he was the king of the United States, he thought, so he could get away with it. So that changed my thinking right there. So I wasn't going to allow without my vote. I wasn't going to give my vote away anymore. So I give it to somebody that deserved it. You had to choose for the lesser of two evils. That's what a lot of people say. You know, Trump ain't, he, by no means, Trump is no angel. But Trump is for the American person. He's trying to get America great again. People say, oh, yeah, so he can make more money. All right, so what? So he can make more money? That's fine. But in the process of him making more money, everybody else is going to make more money too, because business is going to grow business. It's the way it is. It always happens. Okay? Business grows business. For 8 years, you didn't hear nobody about, you know, when Obama was in there about how great business was, huh? Never heard that. How great things were going. I didn't hear anything about it. Did you? No. The only thing I heard is we're suing that bakery because he won't bake a cake for a pair of lesbians or for a gay couple, whoever they were, and we're going to sue them for that, and we're going to make it stick. We heard that for how many? For a year and a half, 2 years, every day. And we heard about how Black Lives Matter and cops don't matter. How you can be a crook, a thug, or whatever, and when the cops confront you, you can do whatever you want to them until they, in fact, put you down permanently, and it's the cops' fault. We heard about that for years, didn't we? But we never heard about the cops that were, get killed every time they walk out of their house, to go to work. You didn't hear that from him, though, did you? No. You're right, Bill. Democrats from years ago are not the same as they were. Okay. Democrats 20 years ago aren't the same as they are now. It all started, I think, the second term of Clinton. So, and once second term of Clinton, I think that's where it all changed. All right. Yeah. That's okay, John. John, you're more than welcome to be. Your party affiliation is your party affiliation. I'm just saying, from years of voting, I'm 54 years old, and you are 21. Ross Perot, that's the name. I couldn't remember it, but Ross Perot. Um, uh, I've seen a lot of stuff in the last 35 years, and it's stuff you haven't seen yet. You only listen to it or you only hear it. Until you see it, you'll know. But like I said, up till I voted Democrat for all my life, except for Ross Perot. And I thought Ross Perot had a chance. And he probably did, but everybody was against him from the get-go, People didn't think Trump would have a chance. But Trump persevered, and he showed them he was balls out. He was going to show you that what he meant is what he said, and what he said is what he meant. And he did. But, big ear Ross Perot, that's right. No, we're not going after Democrats. No, I'm sorry. Um, I have a lot of Democrats that are in here. It's my political affiliation. It has nothing to do with anybody else. I don't condone or condemn or hate anybody. I just I believe in my way, and people believe in their way. So. Yeah. Um, Ross Perot, the thing I liked about Ross Perot, he said, you know, America's broken. And he said, it's like a car. If a car is broken, first thing you do is you walk over, you lift up the hood, and you check it out. So that's what you got to do. You got to lift up the hood on America and check it out. Van City Slots, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Nice to have you here. That's right, Bill. To each its own. That's what makes the world go round. You're right, Grizz, and we just discussed that. Things were different 25 years ago, 20 years ago. You know, things were a lot different. There wasn't so much corruption in the United States government as there is now. Everybody's looking for a payout now. When you got people making $175,000 a year, but their net worth before, and they didn't have anything before they become a public official, and now their net worth is, 40, $50 million. Where'd they get that money from? From someplace. They didn't get it from that $174,000 a year salary. I can guarantee that for a fact. Tim's a libertarian. I'm a free thinker. Mucker, honey, where did you go? He probably went to bed. It's almost 2 o'clock his time. When somebody says they want to take your guns because we don't need them, that's the time you start thinking that you're really going to need them. And I don't care if they do, take the Second Amendment or whatever. If they want mine, they'll have to pry it out of my cold, dead hands before they get it, because I won't give it up. Why are you against the NRA? You're right, Grizz. It's a mindset of the voters. So. A yellow dog would run right over it. So yeah. But I'm not an NRA member. I've never been an NRA member. It's not that I don't like the NRA. I just don't think I need to spend money to, be a member of something that that basically I don't need to be a member of. A lot of people are NRA members. I get letters from the NRA all the time, want me to join. It's not that I don't want to join, because there's no, besides the money, paying the money to join, there's no reason to join. The Second Amendment says our rights shall not be infringed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Shall not be infringed. They can't take your guns away from you. And you're right, Tim. Gun control works. Gun control works. Just ask Hitler, Mao, and Stalin. They'll tell you. Risk for president. No, we don't. John, just a minute. Follow me on this, John. Have you ever in your life, ever seen a gun load itself? No, wait a minute. You ever seen a gun come out of a cabinet, a locked cabinet, load itself, point itself, release the safety, pull the trigger, all by its lonesome? Have you ever seen anything like that? I've never seen a gun shoot anybody. It's not the gun, it's the people. Okay? There's nothing about gun control. It's the people. Sure, there are people out there that shouldn't have guns. I agree 100%. But then there are people that are out there that should be allowed to have guns, and they say no. If Feinstein had her choice, anybody that was ever in the service would not have a gun. And the reason why, she says, is because they're mentally incapable. No, the reason why is in case there's a government uprising or there's a government takeover, the government wants to take over the country, the ones in the military have the know-how and the fortitude and the wherewithal to stand up to the government for that. That is why. Now, if you feel that strong about gun control, do you feel that strong about vehicle control? What about all the drunk drivers that go out and kill people? There is no difference. Are you going to ban the alcohol, or are you going to ban the car? Kim Five, how are you doing? You should ban the car, right? There should be car control because that car killed somebody. It ain't no different. If the gun kills somebody, so did the car. It doesn't matter if the guy was drunk or if the guy is crazy. But by your guys' thinking, gun control, there should be car control. So, yeah, Feinstein should be the first to go, yeah. Yep. Ban cars, knives, hammers, baseball bats, forks, spoons, you name it. Yeah. And I didn't really want to get on this subject, but, you know, but it just, you know, if people want gun control, then let's control everything. Let's control cars, okay? Let's control cell phones. Cell phones kill a lot of people too. How do you figure? Well, when you're on the phone and you're not paying attention and you're driving, oh, now what happened? You just had an accident and killed yourself or killed somebody. Is it the car's fault? Is it your fault, or is it the cell phone's fault? Whose fault is it? Who are you going to blame the fault on? Same way with gun control. Whose fault is it? Is it gun, or is it the person that picked up the gun, loaded the gun, and fired the gun? There's already background checks. You already, in the state of Michigan, you can't even get a license to buy a handgun for 7 days. So they can do a background check on you. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about not passing a background check because I can pass a Secret Service background check. So I have no problem with that. But a lot of people don't. Yeah, you're right there, Chris. They're claiming, you know, we don't need assault rifles and all that stuff. Well, we don't have assault rifles. They already took those away. The AR-15 is not an assault rifle to begin with. You can take any rifle and make it look like an AR-15 to begin with. Damn near any rifle. How you doing, Cindy's vlog? Nice to see you here. Drunken One, nice to have you here. We're just having a little Second Amendment. Okay, I'm supposed to get off it. No. But what else would you guys like to talk about? You're right. You can. Practically almost any corner. So. Okay, beer and cookies. Bill wants to talk about cars. Okay. What do you want to talk about, Bill? I had a 77 Nova. I had a 64 Pontiac Tempest, 63 Pontiac Tempest. I had a 68, 69, 70, 71, all GTOs at one time. I had a 74 Camaro, an 86 Chevette. Those are the older cars I had. So, I had a 74 Oldsmobile Cutlass. So, I wish I had all the old cars I had back then. I wish I had them now, because they'd be worth a lot more money now than they were back then. I just, Grizz, don't take no offense. I just deleted that comment because of the F word. So, but don't take no offense to that. Somebody to come, you need somebody to come help you for free. Well, if I was around here, Bill, I could stop by and help you every once in a while. I don't know how much good I'd do, but I could lean up against the car and say, uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. So. Volkswagen Rabbit. Is that a car? You're right. I'd rather have an older one than one of these brand new ones any day. That's okay, Grizz. That's fine. Well, Hogs in here, Alex, how are you doing? You eating your Pop-Tarts tonight? No kisses. Well, that car talk didn't take very long, did it? No potty out here, young man. Yeah. So. What all do you guys want to talk about? Kiss is not old marker on the lips. Oh. Oh, no Pop-Tart snack, yeah. What are you worried about tomorrow for the angry Amish? Do we? You're right. A lot of the older cars don't rust as much. And I understand Social Security don't pay either. What was my favorite old car? My favorite old car I think, is a 64 Pontiac GTO. I think that was probably my favorite car. I didn't own a 64 GTO, but that was probably my favorite car I ever seen. 64, 65, I think. You're right there, Grizz. I like the Challenger, the Chargers too. You have a 1938 Plymouth in your back shed. Does it run? Huh? Mortgage due tomorrow. The check still hasn't cleared, and my sister can't get away until. Doesn't matter. As long as you're not that. You have to be 3 months behind or anything before they even think about doing anything. I used to have a Vega, little 74 two-door Vega. 64 to 67 GTO. Yeah, those are nice ones. Wow, I got 10 dislikes. Huh. Well, sorry about that. Yeah. On a 1966 Chevelle, an old Dodge. So, I had a 77 Chevy Nova. That was probably the fastest car that I ever had on the street. It had a 350 in it. It was actually built for the Coast Guard. They run the harbors on Chicago with it. And it still had the mountain bracket inside the dash where they had their light mounted. And what they would do is they would chase drug runners up and down the harbor with it. And this thing was absolutely fast. So, I don't know why this thing keeps doing it. Want me to sign into chat. There we go. Get tired of that. I didn't sign out of chat. Why should I have to sign back into it? 11 now? Well, it's a touchy subject. That's why I don't like to talk about it, but somebody wanted to talk about it.
Just like, come on.
Huh? That's people just can't handle the truth. Some of them just can't handle. Yeah. Well, some people just can't handle it when they think that they're right and you're wrong, and when you think you're right and they're wrong, they just can't handle it. I didn't say I was right. I didn't say I was wrong. I just said my opinion is, and it's my opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. This is the United States. If you're here in the United States, everybody's entitled to your own opinion. Everybody's entitled to your own opinion anywhere. So. Yep, that's what I'm thinking there, Grizz. I don't, oh well. I never give a thumbs down to nobody, but it's okay. I don't care, even if it's a troll channel. I won't give a thumbs down to it because if they go that much effort to do one, they deserve at least a thumbs up. I think it's someone with, you probably is right. There's probably somebody there's got 10 accounts and just decided they'd come in with every one of them. Yep, and we can't win them all. So, so you're right. Thumbs down is still a view. I don't care. You know, you check my record. I've probably only got maybe 30 thumbs downs in the entire every one I've ever done. So the tops. That's for all of them combined. So, and that includes the 11 that I got today. So that's funny, Tim. Be tempted to drive it by the old folks home. What are you doing? Just drumming up some business. That sounds good. I got one better than that though. There, junkyard. The '69 GTO that was actually my brother's, but he passed away. But 805 Road King. I hope you didn't give me a thumbs down. I'm glad you didn't. So, but my brother had a '69 GTO. It had a 396 in it with 427 heads. It had 12-to-1 high dome Hemis in it, and it had a 4-speed Muncie rock crusher transmission with 411 rear end in it. This thing dynoed out at 651 horsepower, and it was a monster. Used to take it out there on the street and would let it rip. And in first gear, it would rip the tires right off off the ass end. It would shear the centers right out of the aluminum rims. So we went to steel rims. And when we went to steel rims, it sheared the lug bolts right off the rear end. So drilled them all out, put in bigger lug studs, and then drilled the steel rims out to fit the lugs, and didn't have any more problems after that. But you don't know how many times we had to have a wrecker come pick up the back end of this GTO and put it back in the yard, and and it only had to pull it 25, 30 feet, and that's how we remedied that, and remedied that from happening anymore. Yeah, you should have if you could have come up with the money for it. No, you're not going to have a lot of haters. I like a '74 Chevy or a Pontiac GTO. No, '71, I believe, is the judge. They only did a judge for 1 or 2 years, or I think it's 70 and 71, or 71 and 71 and a half, or something like that. It wasn't very. The judges weren't out only a couple of years. You got a 383 in your '56 Chevy? That's nice. That's right. Clear the road in front of you. I seen a thing on Facebook. It's a woman from Hooters. She says, sir, is that your brand new Mustang in the parking lot? And the guy says, yes. She said, could you park it around back? We don't want people thinking this is a gay bar. I started laughing. I thought that was cool. Told me to sign in, but I'm not going to, though. Okay. I like the older cars. I would actually like to build me a Jeep. If I ever get healthy enough, I'd like to build a Jeep. Nothing fancy, just put a lift kit underneath it, put some bigger tires, bigger engine in it. Make it so if you want to go almost anywhere, you can. I used to have a 78 Jeep, and I loved it. Yeah, 78 Chevy Jeep. It was a Levi edition, CJ5, and I loved it, man. A 383. These newer cars, when they buy a crate engine for them, all it is actually is a couple of squirrels on a wheel. I pull them out of the crate, feed them a couple of walnuts and peanuts, and give them a drink of water and say, "There you go." That's the way that GTO was. Every time you punched it down, it would lift the wheels right off the ground. My Nova would do that too. You have to have four-wheel drive. So. That's nice. 62 Ford unibody with a 350 4-speed in it. (1969 to 1971). Yeah. Calling for snow. Now, you guys ever watch the Street Outlaws or Fast and Loud or Monkey Garage or Misfit Garage? I watch them shows. I like them. But just boggles the mind, how much people will put into a car. Hello, good looking. Huh? Yeah, no, Gene says no cussing in here. Snow's a 4-letter word. Yeah. Well, Gene's got a couple of feet still over there. So, that would be nice, rock collar. You're putting in a 9-inch rear end in it? That's pretty nice. There was a Chevelle back in the late 60s that had an LS1. I think they had one that was called Super Fast Nut. It got like 4 miles to the gallon. I don't remember that. So. Black smoke scares black smoke scares everybody. Yeah. I know there's a story behind Bill and his 56. And it's a pretty interesting story, actually. Morrison Games, how are you doing? Good to see you here. I had a 55 Ford Fairlane. And I'll tell you a story on it. It's pretty interesting. So I went and checked it out, and the guy wanted $2,000 for it. And I thought, wow, man, that needs a lot of work for $2,000. And this was about 15 years ago. You guys check out Morrison Games. He's got 16 channel followers. It is a gaming channel, so check it out. Something you're interested in, showing some channel love. So, but anyways, getting back to how was I gonna talking about? Hold on, I'm having a brain fart now. Yeah, you did say something about it on your live stream there, Bill. I can't remember what I was just talking about. Oh, somebody remind me. Oh, the Ford Fairlane. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Magic Melody. It was a 55 Ford Fairlane. And I went and looked at it. The guy wanted $2,000. I said, no, there's no way. It isn't not worth anywhere near that. So about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, the guy's knocking on my front door. So I answered the door. I said, yeah, can I help you? He says, hey, you interested in that Ford Fairlane? I said, I am, but I can't afford what you're asking for it. He said, it's just not worth it. So he said, I'm telling you right now, I will sell it to you today for $600. I said, why are you dropping the price so far down? I'll take it for $600, but why are you dropping the price? His girlfriend was from Japan, and she was on her way over to Michigan or over to United States, and somehow she got caught up in customs, and they were keeping her there until he paid a $600 fine. I don't know for what reason or for what it was, but he had to pay a $600 fine before they would let her release her. So he needed the money. I said, sure. So I got him the money and, paid him for it. And I got the car. I had the car about 8 months, I think. I put a couple $100 into it. I was working on it. I put a new bumper on it and some other stuff, and was doing some piddly little work to it. Had the engine sitting in the garage. Guy comes by and says, hey, you want to sell that old Ford? I said, sure. Made me an offer I can't refuse. Did you take $1,500 for the Ford right there? Mama didn't raise no fools. I said, yeah. So he bought it for $1,500. I ended up selling the engine a couple of weeks later for $400, the engine transmission. So I got $1,900. So I made, minus the bumper and stuff, I made about $1,200. So that wasn't bad profit for about a month and a half or 2 months worth of, money being tied up. I'll tell you what I bought. I bought a Buick Skylark one time. Give me a second. I bought a 1973 Buick Skylark, or 74. Guy come in, I was in a restaurant having coffee. He says, anybody wants to buy a Buick Skylark? Now, I said, is this the same Buick Skylark that I just put a windshield in it for you? He said, yes, it is. The week before this, I put a brand new windshield in it for him. He bought the windshield. I put it in and charged him $50. I said, what do you got to have for that Buick? And what's wrong with it? He said, well, I put a new distributor in it and I can't get it to fire. It won't run. There's something wrong with it. I said, oh, what do you got to have for it? He said, hell, I'd be happy just to get $50 out of it. So I reached in, got him $50 and said, you got the title? He says, I do at home. I said, well, I'll meet you there. So he finished his coffee, I finished mine, and I followed him down to his house. Give him the $50. But I stopped and got my dad on the way, so my dad went there and we pulled the car out and we start pulling it home. And I'm waving at my dad and he's saying, "What?" I said, "Stop." He said, "What's the matter?" I said, "Nothing. I'm going to start this thing." He said, "It won't start. Remember, the guy said the distributor's not working right." I said, "I know what he said, but I know what's wrong with it." Took the distributor nut off, lifted it up, spun it 180 degrees, dropped it down in there, tightened it up, fired it right up and drove her home. Best car I ever bought for $50. He put it in the dry shaft 180, or not the dry shaft, but the distributor shaft 180 degrees off. That's exactly what was wrong with it. 68 GTX for the 446 pack. That was a nice car. I drove that car for about 3 years for $50. That was some cheap transportation. Grizz, funny you should say javelin. I put an engine in an AMX for a guy. So you know what an AMX is? It's a little bit smaller than a javelin. Looks just like a javelin, but it's a shorter version of one. He had a little 4-cylinder in it, or a little 6-cylinder. I can't remember what it was, but we got it and didn't have an engine in it. So we put a small block Chevy in this thing and a transmission. Me and my twin brother did. And we had to make new motor mounts and everything else. We had to take the fenders out, the fender flares off. And then we made new fender flares using truck mud flaps because that's the only thing you could get in there. You couldn't even change the spark plugs with the fender walls. And it was that tight. But changing all that stuff out, we could. That was probably the fastest little AMX anybody ever seen in town. That thing was cruising fast. Yeah, Superbirds, those are nice. Superbird or Super B? I think it's Super B, isn't it? I love the old Road Runners. Those things were nice too. The Cudas were nice. Yeah. The Smalley, I'm talking about the Javelin, not the Javelin, the AMX, AMC AMX. The AMC version of the Javelin, it's not the, yeah, it's AMX, AMC AMX. I believe that's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to remember. But it looked just like a Javelin, but just shorter. I don't remember it had. I don't think it had a V8 in it. It might have had, but when we put this in there, it was a lot bigger engine that was in it because we had to do a bunch of other stuff to it. Yep, the old Cudas, yeah, 383s. The Pacer was the one with the big windows. This one looked just like a Javelin, but it was shorter. And I believe it's AMX, AMC AMX. I'd have to actually look on Google to see what it is, but John, how are you doing? Good to see you back. Oh. The old Cudas were cool. The old Chargers were cool. All that stuff was really cool. back in the old days, all them cars were cool. Even the Bel Airs were cool, the 55s, the 57s. The 62 and 63 Bel Air, they were cool. There you go. My brother had a Gremlin, and he also had a Pacer. Me, on the other hand, I had some dignity, so I wouldn't own either one of them. You have a 1955 Alice Chalmers too? I got a 1942 sitting out there on a trailer right now in my yard. It ain't mine, but there's one out there. Well, I hope you don't, farm boy. We got your mom on our prayer list. The Matadors are rare, but I know a guy that's got one that looks showroom new. Call it a greenhouse, you're right. It was a Super. Okay, I thought it was a Super B. I'm sorry. Yeah, it had the wing on the back and the pointed nose. I always thought it was a Super B. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I was wrong once before. Well, I thought I was wrong once before, but then I was mistaken. So, but if I am wrong, I'll be told that I'm wrong right away. So, yeah, the Dodge Daytona Charger. Yeah, for a nice one. Yeah. I was watching a show and they were looking at one in the barn. The guy wanted $45,000 for it, and it needed $150,000 worth of work. And he said, "Take it or leave it." Before that, you didn't bring me any. Come, let me show them what you made. I'm just gonna let me show them what you made. What's it called? Strawberry fluff. This is what you made. Hold on, you gotta get the camera to focus.
It is.
I know it ain't. It's not showing it. There you go. Anyways, a strawberry fluff. Can't believe she didn't bring me a dish of it.
Cream cheese.
It's cream cheese, Cool Whip, strawberry filling, pie filling, and I can't believe she didn't bring me any. I would look damn good driving a 55 Chevy Bel Air, I'm telling you. I let my wife drive, and then I'll just sit over here and get the other arm tan. Yeah, to judge me, yeah. There's a lot of nice cars out there. There were a lot of nice cars built. Not so much anymore. Sure, you can take the Cudas now or the Chargers now or whatever they want to call them, and make them a nice car, but they're not built like the old cars. I'm sorry. And like the GTO that come out a few years ago, sorry, you just ruined what GTO stood for. So, I wish they would come back out with the Pontiac Judge, GTO Judge, and do it exactly like it looked the last time or the first time when they brought it out. I realized they'd have to put, the computer stuff in it, so make it fuel efficient and all this other stuff, environmentally friendly. But I think that that would be a big seller. Yeah, you're right, Magic Melody. You can't work on them like you could in the old days. The old days, anybody go out there and work on a car. What's the matter? It ain't starting? No. 20 minutes, you'd figure out what was wrong with it. Half an hour, 45 minutes, you'd have it running if you had the parts with you. Most of the time, you didn't even need parts. All you had to do was clean up a piece or something, clean up something or make a better connection, and it would work. Well, that's too bad they're angry Amish. That probably would have been a nice car for you. I had a 53 Plymouth four-door one time. It had the six-cylinder in it. I can't remember the size, but it was a little six-cylinder with three on the tree. Bought it when I was still in school. Get $500 for it. The thing had 62,000 miles on it. I know that's bad for your health. And let you have it. Junkyard said that stuff's bad for my health. I better give it to him. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see it or not because it wouldn't show up in the picture. It didn't show up. Huh? Okay. A 100-pound woman. Every car that you ever had of any value, you totaled it, huh? Hellcat's amazing. 805 Road King. Antique Horn Restoration, Part 2. I don't know, you still in here, Road King? I haven't seen anything from you in a while. No, I don't see anything. I would imagine a Hellcat is because that's like 800 horse. I'm sure that is a hell of a ride. What is it, that Camaro that come out a few years ago, 5 or 6 years ago? They had 750 horse or 800 horse or whatever. That thing was supposed to be badass too. Yeah, that's too bad there, Angry. Lots of luck on that one there, Junkyard. Finding a halfway decent or real nice half ton 69 Chevy pickup. So lots of luck on that one. Yeah. Huh. Damn thing made me sign in the chat again for some damn reason. $707 horsepower for the Hellcat. Okay. Those are nice cars, really. They are. So, um, I like the uh, I like the Camaro they come up with. Like 5 years ago, the one that had the high performance Camaro. It was like $65,000 for it back then. So I can't afford anything like that, but it's nice to have if you did. But if I was going to spend $65,000 on a brand new Camaro, I'd much rather buy a $65,000 restored older Camaro. The 2017 has 651 or 650 horse and torque. Yeah, but you know, your thing of it is, just follow me on this. If you guys buy a brand new car for $35,000, okay, you could buy an older car, a 25 or 30-year-old car, completely restored with almost brand new everything in it for around the same money. Well, it depends on what kind of car it is, but around 30, 35, $40,000. Same price as a new car today. And what you get would be a better car. It would be a stronger car, safer car. I don't know about, as far as airbags and stuff like that. No, but it would be a better car for you to use. This damn thing just said sign in to chat again. I hate it. I don't know, YouTube get their head out of their ass. TJ. TJ's in the house. How you doing, man? Yeah, boy. If you didn't have the traction control, you just smoked. Yeah, you're right. Nothing there, TJ. What's up with you? Glad to see you here. I'm only going to be on till 10 o'clock there, TJ. So I do a Saturday night snack chat from 8 till 10, and then I do a Thursday night chat from 8 till 10. So just uh, you're missing your country music awards, Kath. Okay. Oh, okay. Nothing. What's up with you, man? Good to have you here. Last year, Plymouth was 97 or 98. I don't think it was that long, or didn't think it was that late. No. That means they haven't made a Plymouth in 20 years. I don't think that's correct. I might be wrong, but I thought it was around 2005 or 2007, somewhere on there. About the same time where they started getting rid of Pontiac and or Buick and Oldsmobile. That's good there, TJ. That's good. Bedtime soon? Yeah, it'll be almost 3 o'clock here shortly for you there, old mucker. Almost 500 horsepower. I'm trying to figure out what you were talking about. $2,001. Okay, that's good. The high output one. Okay, yeah. Trying to fix this cron job. Yeah, mine keeps saying sign in to chat. I think if you don't type or chat every once in a while, it'll sign you out of chat for some reason. I don't know. I might be wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. So I'm going to type in here I am. Onic was 2010. Oldsmobile was the oldest American car manufacturer, stopped in 2004, right? I think they're still making the Buick. Yeah. Lost in space. I got corn stuck in my throat. Huh? Yeah, I got a popcorn in my throat. Oh, I'll have to switch over to Netflix. I'm lost in space. There you go. Yeah. I was gonna do Netflix and stuff, but I just don't have enough internet to run it. So yeah, Buick. Yeah. A friend of my son's got a Buick. I was thinking about that after I said it the first time. I know, the General Motors lost a lot of their manufacturing. The Oldsmobile and the Pontiac. No, I have not. I haven't even been on the internet until right now. Um, so I have to go to somebody's live stream or something like that and check it out when they're doing it. Need to drink a beer to watch. I can't drink beer. Sorry about that, Magic Melody. I had a gastric bypass a couple of years ago, and anything carbonated really screws me up. Like, just a sip of beer makes me burp for about 20 minutes. So I do like a good beer, but I can't drink it, and I don't drink soda pop or anything anymore. I haven't had a pop in 2 years almost, and I haven't had a beer in almost 2 years. Huh? I don't know. Let me open it up. Well, on my own, on the Saturday night chat, it doesn't. The two buddies not open like it does on everybody else's. So I'll have to check it out. Cadillac had hot rod with a high foot engine in it. Huh. Had too many whiskey dents in them. Well, that's what that GTO was their junkyard, or everybody. The one that had the big black Chevy in it. That was a whiskey runner. They used to run whiskey with that down in Tennessee and stuff. And what they did is they had a saddle, like this, a saddle, and it sat in the trunk. And they would actually put make whiskey and put it in there in the beer keg and strap it down so it didn't go anywhere. And when we got it, it still had the saddle sitting back there to hold the whiskey, hold the beer keg. And but 3/4 of the back quarter panel on the driver's side was full of buckshot holes where they had shot at the car or something at one time. And when we got it, it had probably 150 buckshot holes in it where it had been shot at. But it ran like the rape date. But you can tell, when you buy a car from down south, if they did any whiskey running with it, they're all souped up. So a lot of times when you see a car, and you can tell if it's a whiskey runner or not, is because the car will look old. Everything on the car will look old, but you can bet it's got brand new tires on it. All old, they do that for the drug runners and for the whiskey runners. They'll have the oldest, junkiest looking car you got, but it'll be all beefed up. The suspension will be beefed up, the engine will be beefed up, and then it'll have brand new tires on it. And they'll have $1,000 worth of tires on a $500 car. That's how you know if it's built to run. Not too much. We're just talking about cars still there, John. Green Bay Wacky is going live, or is live. So. Good night, Marie. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Can't resist a hot apple pie once in a while. I make apple pie. Pretty good stuff. I will make a video of it next time I make it. But I got enough right now. I got enough. I use Everclear, 190 proof, and I got enough to make a 10-gallon batch. So. I think four-door 65 Chevy, I think that would be something cool to look at or see. With a Cummins in it. But that would really be cool to see. Now I had a 73 Dodge pickup. Crew cab, four-door crew cab, 3/4 ton, four-wheel drive. I bought it for $300. I wanted to fix it up, but it needed more work than what I was going to be able to do. So I ended up selling that, and I bought another pickup. When I bought that, I bought two pickups. I bought another one, a 73 Ford cab and a half, and I bought that for $50. Had a brand new engine in it. When they put the engine in it, they forgot to put the shaft in it for the oil pump for the drive shaft, for the distributor shaft. And they turned it over, and they realized that it wasn't building oil pressure up, so they pulled the drive shaft out, or the distributor shaft out, and realized that shaft wasn't in there, and that's as far as they got. So I bought it all for $50, and I ended up selling it all for $650. Same guy bought it all. So I made $300 on it, so it wasn't a bad little profit, but that was 20 years ago. So $300 was a lot of money. All right, everybody, it's 9:59. Well, that's good, Junkyard Wednesdays. You have to show us some pictures. 9:59. I want to tell you all for, thanks for being here. I really do appreciate it. You don't know how much I really do appreciate it. I do. And I want you all to stay safe. If you're going anywhere, make sure you watch out for the other person coming at you, because it's not you, it's the other person. So if you get an extra half a second or whatever where you can react, that's to your advantage. So stay safe. And I say that because I was a truck driver for years. I know exactly. I've seen it all. I've seen them come across the traffic, across the line. I've seen them come across the mediums. I've seen it all. So, if you stay, give you a second or two, to get out of the way, that's even better for you. Type in this. Yeah, I see all that. The online love affair going on. God bless. Stay safe and have a great night, everybody. Yeah, 15 dislikes. I don't care. People just get butt hurt because you don't talk about what they want to hear. So I can't help that. They want to get butt hurt because they life hurts them. Well, I'm sorry. So, and it could be trolls. I don't care. I didn't say anything out of line. I didn't try to hurt anybody's feelings, but they'll get over it. Anyways, y'all have a good night. Stay safe, and God bless each and every one of you. And I'll see you in the morning. I should be at 5:30. God willing, the creeks don't rise. I should be here at 5:30 in the morning. So, y'all see you later.